Hey, it's me, Jillian, the conscious cougar, where it is always about wisdom, fitness, and beauty by any means necessary. And today we're talking about transitioning from one stage of life to another stage of life. Not dying or anything, okay? But at the same time, it is definitely kind of a death to a way of being and birthing into a new chapter, of another way of being, definitely. And I'll tell you, my intention is to share my story because I'm doing it and it's huge. And I tell you what, also, like last week, I was like, teasing about my age and whatnot in the last of this that I did. But let's just say I'm really, really old and I'm so blessed to still have my mom. And I was telling her my story today and I was just so sad. Just so sad. And I'll share a little bit of it with you. The gut wrenching part. And I was able to cry on my mom's shoulder. She got up, walked over to me, and put her arms around me, and I just boo-hooed. And to tell you the truth, being able to talk to her and also express to her the plans that I have to fix this situation led to her talking about her plan. She and my dad are in a transitionary period from one stage to another stage of their life. And so we both got to talk about it. And to be perfectly honest, by the time we finished that conversation and I left to come back home, I felt much better. But the task before me is huge. There's so many people who apparently have done this, what do they call it? Quiet retirement or something. Like over the pandemic, a bunch of people just like stopped work. It seems like they stopped working. Where'd they go? It's like unemployment is down, down, down. Okay, that's great. And a bunch of businesses, including one of mine, cannot find employees for anything. I find employees because money talks. It does. It still talks. But it's still a challenge to find people. And this is some new phenomenon. I'm like, where everybody go? Or is everybody just coming up with specialty businesses or something? Where did everybody go? What's everybody doing? I'll say this. A lot of the decisions, like a massive amount of people were not happy with how they were living and what they needed to put out and what they were sacrificing and then what they were getting in return for that. And that's pretty much my thing. Briefly, I have owned a very difficult to run company, but it's cute. It's so cute. It's so slick. It's so kind of sexy. Yeah, a female valet parking service. I'll just, the valet parkers are female. That's it. Black pants, white shirt, black bow tie, vest, you know what I mean? Mask. We're fully clothed. Nothing scandalous going on. But the fact that it be females doing this traditionally male operated, thing, it's just been difficult. I think just because it's an expensive product, for one. And for a lot of years, it took time for me to figure out how to lower our accident rate. That is just something that's just gonna happen statistically for a valet company. And then we're the kind of valet company that actually pays the damn bill, actually repairs all those cars. And there was a portion of time where that really plagued us. And year after year after year, I've made all this money. I mean, I sit here, just me, and generate $500,000 a year. Like it's nothing. Well, it is something though. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of work that goes into writing that quote and selling that person and creating a revision and staffing everybody and hiring the folks and then staffing it and then deploying them and everything. Oh my God. It's step after step after step. It's a billion steps. It's kind of like party planning, but it's just one part of it and it's stressful. And then you got to pray, do Reiki, do whatever to make it so nothing happens until I figured out a scoring system on a driving course. So now I have to teach the driving course in order to know who is doing, what. Damn, I'm telling you everything. It's huge. It's huge, and I don't understand a valet company that doesn't have a precision driving course. That's weird to me. That's really weird. So I like to know what my people can and cannot do. You know what I mean? So I can put them on the party, a location that fits what they are able to do, and that's the only way we've brought our accident rate down. But still, even with that, once in a while, something happens. And that takes from the profit. So, long story short, I might have edited this just now because, I might have edited this. I asked my bookkeeper for my profit and loss from last year, 2021. It was a tough year, globally. Okay. 2021 was, start, stop. And I'm in hospitality. Hospa-frickin-tality, okay? That industry took a frickin' beating because of COVID. Like, shut us down during a time period when I would have done literally 900 parties. Instead, I did 9. This many. 9. Okay? That happened. But it was okay. There was the PP, whatever, the paycheck protection, the help to keep employees and whatnot, that helped and stuff. So made it through, thank goodness, but not because we were doing parties. We did 9. Anyway, so 2021, things were coming back. I asked her for my profit and loss so I could take it to my accountant to do my taxes. She shows it to me. I see, wow, I brought in $200,000 in that lame-ass year. Look at me. How much should I get to take home? I don't even want to tell you. It's below the poverty line, what I got to take home. Like, how did I do that? I mean, I got my ways. Thank goodness I've got products, and that's part of what I want to tell you. But now I'm like, no. It can't be like that anymore. So 2022, my prices are way up. And I have kind of a mentor company that's been doing this twice as long as me. And their prices are through the frickin' roof. I'm like, how do you do that? So in raising my price, it's been kind of a thing within me, So as we go to our last days in this, we'll be paid properly for what we do. But it's still a thing within me, almost a self-worth thing, you know what I mean? But we are the shiznit, we're great. Okay, so anyway, I boo-hooed today just about how hard I work because the sacrifices have been ridiculous. I never had a day off until the lockdown. I think you might have heard me say that before. No vacations, no days off. I'm in an industry, a party industry, so it's every evening. You work all day, Monday through Friday, so that you're busy every evening, Monday through Friday, and all weekends, all holidays, through the summer, everything. I missed so much stuff, family stuff, opportunities I will not get back. My dad was like, come with your mom and me and let's go, do a 3-day cruise or something. Now my mom can barely walk. I will not get that opportunity again. The opportunity that I had to let go by because, so sorry, Dad, we're slammed this weekend. Because my staff could not handle it without me. That's another thing. It's like, I don't want to talk about it, really. I don't want to talk about how I never could for me, I was never able to get an office together that could handle it independently. And when I would take a day off with these people who were working for me full time in my office, they just would call me all day long. And if they weren't allowed to call me all day long, they thought I was like, running the thing via abdication, when you're just empty, you're not there, which, yes, that's what I was trying to do for a day. And that seemed like a problem, and they couldn't make decisions, and it was just terrible. And so for me, this particular thing has been grueling, and I'm talking 20 years of grueling and difficult and I see that I'm a great salesperson. That's one thing that I just keep saying. I'm like, oh my God, I'm good. But I was doing it for the wrong business, I think. Doing it for the wrong business at the wrong price. Now I'm at the right price, but I've been beaten up so bad. I really just want to move. I just want to do something else. And I got that. I've got what it is. And so I am grateful that this business that I did do, the valet thing, did pay for a lot of stuff. It did. There were some years that were, paid enough. It was tricky. I didn't know how I was going to do it every time I paid my tuition for my master's degree monthly. And that was really, every month was like, oh my Lord, here we go, Lord. And it would happen. But I got a lot of things done, and I wrote 4 books during this, and started Stargate Adventures, created 1 billion classes and meditations, which are at my school. The Conscious Cougar actually has a school. I'll put a link down below, and you can go in and look at all my classes and stuff that are available. But I mean, I have done a lot of things, but I found myself needing to push these things, so that I can have some additional income. I'm an intention coach, so I have clients. On Wednesdays I tend to be pretty busy coaching folks. So I have been overwhelmed and just ready to slow the hell down and live a different life, a life that for me is orbiting spirituality and metaphysics 24/7. That's all I want. That's all I am, and tired of having to suppress it by needing to be the CEO of other kinds of ventures. So that's the big change that's happening now, and I am 1000% committed to it. And so the first thing that needs to happen, I mean, I know a lot of people are wanting to make a transition like this, but preparation needs to be there. And I just personally need to realize that I have, when you see that you have prepared, when you get that you've got a product, you've got something that could, sustain you, and even help you thrive instead of just survive, then maybe it is time to make that switch. This is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. I'm going to have you follow me on my journey. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. And I want to say that you have to have a plan, because you want to be able to afford to do what you're going to do next. You don't want to jump out of the fire into the frying pan. You know what I mean? So have a plan. Acknowledge it as a project. Create a project sheet. I actually use an Excel sheet to do all my projects. And calling it a project just makes it exciting, And I'm going to share with you how to do that, and what goes into the project sheet. I think I want to do that next. Thanks for stopping by. If you liked this at all, could you do me a favor? Press the like button. That helps it, move around YouTube. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And click the bell so you'll be notified when I do one of these. Have a great day.